In this week's Bleach, Aizen describes the prison life.
What's the very, very worst thing about prison?
The worst thing about prison was the Dementors. They were flying all over the place.
Bleach, chapter 618, The Dark Arm picks up with Aizen asking Shunsui about using the 2 more keys he has left to unlock him.
Why would I do that?
Because you said you were gonna.
Come on, man, that was like 3 days ago.
Or was it?
So he unlocks his left eye and ankles and wonders how he feels after such a long time. Aizen says he hasn't changed at all.
Are you coming on to me?
Shunsui asks him if he wants to leave, but Aizen doesn't recall asking to leave. Shunsui says if he didn't, he wouldn't have told him to use the other keys. But Aizen wants to know why he'd bring the keys despite not wanting to free him.
Okay, I'm not sure where you're going with this.
Well, I'm not sure where you're going with this.
That's what I just said.
Well, that's what I'm saying to you.
Shunsui reveals he hid the keys within himself, even though conditions only allowed 3. This means if he is killed, the doors would remain shut forever. Aizen sighs at the fact that Central 46 predicted that he'd kill him and take the keys. Come on, Aizen, who the hell would trust you?
Lying is like 95% of what I do.
A chair is then brought out for Aizen to be taken out on. Shunsui thinks it'd be good for him to get some fresh air.
What do you want? I said sit the hell down.
One of the guards chooses to bind him down, but Aizen rips his fingers to shreds. This is a warning of what coming near his Ryatsu will do to them.
He chose poorly.
Aizen wonders if they think if he goes, he will lend his power to the Soul Society. But Shunsui assures him he's said nothing about fighting for Soul Society. He just feels like their points of interest have finally intersected.
It's gonna be fun.
It is?
He again asks if he wants to breathe the Soul Society air once more. But Aizen wonders if he's referring to the air of the society trashed by Bach.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, I think I do.
Cut back to Bach, who's trying to attack the Soul King while being unable to comprehend the arm's will.
What is your problem, you insensitive asshole?
Ichigo jumps in and easily grabs a hold onto Bach's arm, stopping the attack.
Take your sticking paws off me!
Yoruichi flies past the two and places little pieces of paper and creates a pattern around the Soul King in order to create a protective barrier.
Too precious for this world!
She makes the observation that the king is covered by the right arm and stabilizing the world. She intends to leave him in this form as the new Soul King.
I'm your new god. Better one.
Back to Bach, who questions why Ichigo stopped him since his Quincy blood should be unable to tolerate the Soul King. Ichigo tells him he came to stop him and save Soul Society, the real world, and Hueco Mundo.
I would wish you the best of luck, but I believe luck is a concept invented by the weak to explain their failures.
Ichigo then exclaims that even if there was someone else who could save everything, it's not like him to run away with his tail between his legs and do nothing.
That was the gayest crap I've ever heard in my life.
Then Ichigo launches a full-scale Getsuga Tensho that takes out a chunk of the palace, but amazingly, Bach is unfazed.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That was terrible.
Ichigo then tells Bach he's aware he's descended from his blood, but he thinks nothing of it and refuses to let him have his way.
Look at this smug son of a bitch. He knows what he's doing.
Bach laughs at his remarks because whether or not things go his way are a matter of his eyes to decide.
I have special eyes.
Really good chapter this week. Kubo has been on a roll. I love the interaction between Shunsui and Aizen in the beginning. They're both smart guys who already seem to have the other figured out and know what they want. And the part where Aizen's Ryatsu was enough to melt the guard's fingers off shows we're now dealing with someone who is virtually untouchable. But what piqued my interest was when Shunsui said he has no intention of having Aizen fight. They just share the same interests. I figure this means Aizen becoming the new Soul King. But I'm not so sure having Aizen be the new god would be a good thing for anyone.
People will look to the sky and see hope. I'll take that from them first.
The stuff back at the Soul Palace was still good even compared to the conversation with Aizen before. We got Yoruichi protecting the Soul King with her barrier techniques, since apparently Orihime's are useless. She said she wants to keep the right arm as the new king, but I didn't read too much into it since she obviously has no idea Ukitake makes it temporary, and it's looking like an Ichigo fight is coming. It was awesome to see him acting all badass by taking Bach by the arm, using Getsuga Tensho, and not giving a shit about his Quincy blood. The elite Stern Ritters are more than likely gonna pop up next chapter. They've been gone for too long and some matchups are in order. Personally, I want to see Ichigo fight Hashwall. Gotta get some revenge for breaking his Bankai.
I'm gonna murder you and cut your face off, and then put it on my face, and look in the mirror and make fun of myself.
So I give this chapter another 8 out of 10. Aizen is released back into society by Shunsui, Ichigo stops taking Bach's crap and puts on his game face, and it's likely the Stern Ritters are incoming. For my question of the week, do you think Shunsui intends to have Aizen as the new Soul King. Favorite comments always featured in the next review. Here are last week's winners. Alright, that does it for me. Remember to leave your thoughts on the chapter in the comments below, like and subscribe for more weekly Bleach chapter reviews, and follow me on Twitter, Hummingbird, and DeviantArt. I'll be back next week with Ichigo vs. Bach. Peace.